Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Bowling Springs Sports Journal Podcast. I'm your editor and host, James McBee. We're here with another great episode. I guess you call it a great episode of the Bowling Springs Sports Journal Podcast. We're going to bring in Methuselah of the coaching industry, Bowling Springs head coach, Jeff Lipscomb. Coach, how you doing today?
I was doing good until you called me Methuselah. So, I tend to overlook some of the stuff you say, but that hurt right now. So,
well, I mean, I wouldn't give you a hard time if we didn't give each other a hard time all throughout the years. I mean, you did cut your best basketball player when he was in 8th grade, but
yeah, I know it, and you still won't let me live that down, will you?
Can't do it. Coach, you Bulldogs, y'all go into any season with a lot of expectations. Came in with ranked in the top 10. Came out in your first week in the preseason tournament of the Steve Sanders tournament, and I don't care who calls it the Spartanburg County tournament. It's still the Steve Sanders tournament, no matter however you name it. That's what it's called. Came out kind of a crazy game against Blue Ridge to start off the tournament, but then kind of went on a tear the last 3 games. Talk about it a little bit.
Well, yeah, the Blue Ridge game was a 4-3 game and didn't play but 6 innings. But, we had some chances. I think we had second, third, and the 6th with 1 out. Can't score either run. So, I have to tip my hat to Blue Ridge. They're a good team. Saturday morning we went and played Union and swung the bats really good. And then we after that game, we had another good game against J.L. Mann. Josh Knight pitched that game, and, we're counting on him big time. But he threw a good game. We beat those guys 5-1. Then we played Gaffney for the championship last Monday night and found a way to win 1-0. Gaffney is much better than they have been. They threw the kid has been playing there for 4 years, old Scout Gilfillan, and he really shoved it to us. We were very fortunate to win that game 1-0, but we got some good pitching too. So, that's how you win ball games. Good arms and playing defense, and I feel very confident for that this year.
I was going to say, in that game against Gaffney, Gilfillan had the 12 strikeouts, which was, I thought, wow, that's incredible. But you kind of played it a little differently with them. You had a mixture of guys who all came in and had 9 strikeouts themselves. Just kind of a different way of doing it, but you were able to get the job done, right?
Yeah, we went Johnny Holstaff on them. We're coming off a pretty tough spring as far as early spring injuries. Emory Horton hadn't thrown an inning yet, along with Kathan Cole. Both of those guys are coming off of elbow and shoulder problems, and Kathan he got to pitch, I guess 1 inning at Gaffney versus Gaffney. Did really well, didn't have any pain, and Emory is almost ready. We'll throw him this week against Riverside. It's a big arm that we've got to have to be successful. He's 88-90 and breaking balls really good. The last 2 inner squads, he's felt really good along with Kathan. So, if we get those 2 guys back, we're going to feel a whole lot better about our team.
I was going to say, you've been around this game a long time. I joke about being Methuselah, but you are in your 23rd season here at Bowling Springs. Y'all have had a lot of success, and the expectations that come with with this team. How do you keep that stuff off the minds of the kids as you go into a season?
Well, each year is a new year, and we challenge our boys. As soon as the last pitch is made the year before, we start out and get in the weight room and, work hard in the off season. Those guys play all summer long. They play fall ball and also, lift weights basically the whole year. So, they know what it takes to win. Hard work, a lot of dedication to the game, and this bunch has really bought into that philosophy also. We've got 9 seniors returning, and we feel like that. We're as good as anybody. We just got to show up and keep our minds focused on the things that are important. Have a short-term memory. When things aren't going good, we try to flush it and go on to the next day. But I really like this team. I really do. I think infield-wise, we're as good as anybody. Catching wise, we got a J.D. Moore. He's second year behind the plate. He does a great job for us. Kai Lee at second. Titus Hutchins at short, and Landon Stevens at third. I'll put those guys up against anybody. And, if we can just pitch those strikes, I feel like we can really be good as far as defense is concerned.
I was going to say,
that's how you win championships.
Well, I was going to say that's you know how to win some championships. You won quite a few of them here at Bowling Springs. You won a state championship back in, oh Lord, I'm blanking on the year. 08, yeah, 08, and you've won multiple region championships here as the head coach. When you took over this job, did you expect to be here 23 years later, still doing this same old mess?
No, to be honest, that's a long time. I've been blessed as far as being able to coach here at Bowling Springs. Once I started here, and this program was good a long time before I got here. Steve Smith. Eddie Cole, especially Eddie, coached many years here, put Bowling Springs baseball on the map. And, I've just been blessed with good players that are dedicated and, had some struggled the first few years we were here, but then, we ran across some very good baseball guys that were dedicated and played hard. And, we just seems like each year somebody else steps up, and I'm looking forward to this year. See what we're going to do this year. It's a tough region, add the East Side, who's my gracious. They got all kind of players. They won all kind of state championships over there. You add Riverside, that's we open up with on Wednesday, and our typical Burns, Dorman, those guys. Spartanburg, it's a tough region, and we've got our work cut out for us for sure.
Let's get a quick word in from our sponsor, Wings Etc. Bowling Springs.
Hey, do you want weekly specials on award-winning wings? Of course you do. And they're here at Wings Etc. Mondays is bone-in and boneless wings, and Thursdays is boneless wings, special pricing, Mondays and Thursdays, Wings Etc. Well, go.
And if you haven't taken advantage of those deals at Wings Etc., you're missing out, because it's some of the best deals in Spartanburg County. It's best deals in the area. I go there every Tuesday or every Monday and Thursday to get wings, boneless, traditional. Great day. Go out and see them. Tell them we sent you. How special is it to you this season that I know it's first year last year, but that you get to coach with your son on the sideline, in the dugout there, and I know you get to see them grandbabies after ball games. How special is that to you?
Man, that's as good as it gets. To be able to coach my last few years with my son, that's something that I guess coaches that have sons dream of, and he brings those grandchildren to the field all the time, and they help me drag the field, and we just have a ball after games. Whether we win or lose, they jump in my lap, ride around, and shoot. What else could a man want?
Oh yeah, is that something that you've? I know the early days of Coach Lipscomb, it was win in the game, win or lose, or in the game it was all about the win and loss of the game.
Yeah.
Have you found that you found more peace about whether you win or lose? It's just part of the game, and the other things that matter a little bit more.
Oh yeah. I mean, I've always been tough on the losses. My wife can tell you that. I don't want to bring that up, but the wins are good. The losses hurt more than the wins feel good, if that makes any sense to you.
Mm-hmm.
But I've tried to I've tried to mellow a little bit, but I still enjoy the wins. And we work hard for those things, and they don't come easy. But I've tried to mellow as much as I can, but it's still hard to do.
Well, as somebody that's known you for, I hate to say how many years now, you still have that intensity every time I'm at the ball fields, and it kind of brings a smile to my face that the same guy I knew in 7th, 8th grade isn't the same guy that I know many years after I was in 7th and 8th grade.
Right. I don't know. I just grew up, and had a neighborhood, and we always competed. We always were playing something. The church I went to growing up, softball, those guys wanted to win, and moved on to, the coaches I played for at Gaffney High School. Of course, those guys would, they loved to win. And then I got to college, and I played for a guy that was, Coach John Daugherty. I can't say enough about him. He pushed you to the limits, and tried to do things the right way, which I've tried to do. I know I've screwed up a lot throughout the years, but I try to put first things first. But when it comes to winning, that's something that was inbred in me, and it's I guess something I'll always want to do.
How it's crazy to me in the seasons that I've watched your team. There's always some kid that steps up and becomes a star for the team. And I would say even like last year, Landon Stevens was a kid that I didn't know a lot about going into the season, but he kind of stepped up and become a leader of the team. How interesting is that to you? Because I found one that I've kind of taken notice of what he's done here recently is during the Sanders tournament was TJ Collins.
Right.
How special is it that you to see them kids emerge as a leader throughout the season? It seems like every year you have a new kid that kind of steps up.
That just says a lot about the kids that are attending this school. Our strength coach, Chancellor Blackwood, has done an outstanding job as far as getting our kids ready to play. I mean, you can look at TJ and know that kid is just what an athlete he is. The boy can run. He's strong. He'll compete for a state championship. I got 3 guys off this team that are competing for state championships in the strength meets coming up in 2 weeks. That would be Austin Stager, Kai Lee, and like I said, TJ Collins. All 3 of them have bought into the weight program, especially those 3, but all our kids have. And, as far as young guys stepping up, I sure hope they do this year. We got a righty named Kellen Spencer. He's 6'5", can really bring it. You'll hear his name for a long time. He's going to be getting offers left and right pretty soon because he's probably 86 to 88, maybe touching 89. And like I said, he's 6'5". We have some other pitchers, the camp boys, Manning and Macon Camp. They've showed a lot this spring. Manning plays basketball. Haven't seen him since the fall a lot, but both those guys can pitch. Kellen Spencer's another sophomore, so that's 4 sophomores right there that we're looking to eat up a lot of innings for us this year, and going to be really good. I mean, Spencer's coming off a little shoulder problem too, but he's coming on strong for us. He's got some arm strength, so I mean that's 4 sophomores right there. I got another sophomore been DHing for us named Cruz Honeycutt, left-hand hitter. Another guy that's 6'5" that is gonna turn some heads this spring and into the summer. So, young kids, we've got some talent. We just gotta figure out who needs to be where just compete our tails off throughout the year.
Well, I was going to say, it seems like all the time that you have players that are developing and that get better as the year goes along. I can remember even now hearing about a young John Michael Fell or a young Tristan Smith who now are playing for the Cincinnati Reds organizations. Just how cool is that is to see the development of those young kids like that, and now to see like those two guys where they are now playing professional baseball.
Right. Well, those two are very special. The first time we saw Tristan Smith with his twin brother Ashton, we were like, this is not even real. I had never seen a kid throw a baseball like Tristan did, especially in the 7th grade. And, goes on to Clemson. He's Gatorade Player of the Year here, his senior year, and goes on to Clemson and has a great career there. Spent, 2 years there. Reds pick him up in the 5th round. And then as far as John Mike, my gracious, you can go all over the state, and when you talk hitting with someone from, somewhere in the lower part of the state, they'll bring up John Mike Fell.
Mm-hmm.
Probably the best hitter I've ever seen. High school, college, whatever. The kid is, he's just blessed with hitting a baseball, set all kind of D2 records at North Greenville, and just an amazing hitter. And to be able to coach those two has just been a blessing. And we challenge our guy. Who's going to be the next John Mike Fell? Who's going to be the next Tristan Smith? It will take a lot of work to compete with those two, but who knows? You don't ever know what you got. And if those two were special, really were. So I don't know. Just fun to coach those two, especially.
The support that you get from the community is, I can walk around and anybody, that's the one big sport, that and softball are the two that I get the most, asked the most about of what's the baseball team going to be like? What's the softball team going to be like? And I can remember a story from the 2008 state championship when y'all arrived in Conway, and it was the first little group of people that showed up, and somebody made a comment to a buddy of mine, is this normal for them to have this many people at a game? And that's before the student bus and about 3 other large groups of parents showed up.
Right.
How cool is that to have that big of support all the time whenever y'all go somewhere? That whether you're at home or you're on the road, there's going to be a large contingency there pulling on the kids.
Oh, yeah. I've seen that since I've been here. Once you start winning Bowling Springs, they're gonna pack it. When we were at the Little Field, I've got mental videos that, I'll never forget. Bleachers packed up on the practice football field, 4 deep as far as on the fences. And, when we've had our last success over here at the new field, they'll pack that, that bank, and it's a great atmosphere. They'll bring out the grills and, pull out the hamburgers and hot dogs. And, Bowling Springs loves a winner. They always have, they always will. And, I would love to, get back to a state championship to show everyone what it's about, because they love a winner here. We've always had support from our community. Our administration is second to none as far as Mr. McQuigg and Coach Moxley. They've done everything that, they'll do anything they can to make this program better. And, we just, I personally would love to get back before I hang it up to a state championship. And, we'll see. I've got some good talent, young talent. I've got some older talent also. So who knows, if we can gel together and get healthy, who knows? And, people will see how, great community support we do have.
Well, I can't have you hanging up anytime soon. I don't know who I would give a hard time to.
You'll find somebody, I'm sure.
How important is it to you to see the development of these players every year, and not just because I know y'all do y'all's Bulldog. I can't remember what the name of it is in the fall.
Bulldog Challenge.
The Bulldog Challenge, yes. I know y'all do the Bulldog Challenge, but I know y'all do that not only to get the kids better, but make them better people and better. And that's part of being a coach is to get people not only just better athletes, but better people, men. And how important is that to y'all's program?
Well, I've always tried to, put first things first, so to speak. Baseball, as far as player-wise, they show up, they play there 2, maybe 3 years, and then they're gone. Life's more than a baseball game. We try to teach them right from wrong. We try to, do the right thing. I'm not just, sit here and talk to you and tell that, our program's perfect. By far, we're not, but we try to, instill in them morals and try to do the right thing because, these guys are going to be going off to college before you know it, getting a job, working hard, making sure that, their families are fed and taken care of. And we try to, teach that. It's a small way, but it's something that I take a lot of pride in as far as, making good decisions while they're here. It's fun to watch our guys. I'm coaching guys now that I coach their dads. So, it's a testament for the kids here at Bowling Springs High School. It's a great place to be. I wouldn't change it for anything in the world as far as, being here in this community and being able to coach for all these years.
I know that I've gave you a hard time about being there for 23 years now, but you've had a lot of faces that have come and been assistant coaches with you that have moved on to take head coaching jobs. And one of those recently is Coach Goodwin, who's now at Chapman. How funny is it to you when you see somebody that you coached with for a long time across the diamond, and now you're trying to go against each other?
Well, I want to beat Coach Goodwin just like I want to beat Coach Goff, and they feel the same way about us. But those two especially are dear friends. Coach Goff came with me here when we started in 2003, and what a great coach, what a great person. Just intense, just coaches the right way, expects his players to play the right way. Same thing about Coach Goodwin. I mean, he's just top-notch human being also that wants to win and is going to win. I mean, Woodruff has gotten better with Coach Goff and those guys down there. I think they're ranked 7th this spring, and Coach Goodwin in his preseason tournament this past week has done a good job. He's got talent. He's got great coaching staff, and just to see those guys succeed, man. I mean, there's nothing about me. Those guys are winners and know how to play the game. There's no way I could have the success that we've had without those two right there, especially. But yeah, I'd rather beat them than, last year we lost to Woodruff. They came up here and just spanked us, humiliated us. So I know Goff was smiling from ear to ear, but we'll get them back one of these days.
I was going to say, I know that one stings a little bit more, or is enjoyable a little bit more, depending on what side of it you're on.
Ain't no doubt. They whipped us that night, so I owe that crowd something.
What has it meant to you to be in when people thought baseball? I mean, because there's nowadays you've been at Bowling Springs longer than, if I'm not mistaken, any head coach currently, correct?
Probably so. I would say yes.
How does it make you feel? Because there's some kids that don't know a baseball season without Jeff Lipscomb as the head coach, or wouldn't know what it would be like if, hey, there's Lip, he's over on the coaching the dugout over on third base. How does it feel to know that you're kind of the face of the Bowling Springs program, and kind of for a lot of people, that's all they've known is the Coach Lip as the guy.
Well, I don't know about that. I just know that I've been blessed to be here in this community and be able to coach at Bowling Springs High School for this long. I got to coach both of my kids, Drew and Hunter, and as far as being the face of Bowling Springs, I don't know about that. It's just good to see that, all our sports are succeeding here. I mean, you look at our football, Coach Rio's done a marvelous job. Just got that team on the right track and is going to win a lot of championships, along with Coach Martin with the basketball. Good gracious. I mean, those two guys are cream of the crop in my book as far as, coaching and lacrosse. And it's just wrestling. There's Coach Lee Thomas, going to the state championship. That speaks volumes from right there. The hard work that every coach, and I've just mentioned the male coaches, female coaches are doing the same thing, but it's good to see Bowling Springs competing in every sport. That says a lot about our administration, like I said, Coach Moxley and Mr. McQuigg. That's what they want, and it's good to see each sport having success.
Well, I know that you're modest, so you don't like to take credit, but I know there's a lot of people thankful for the job that you've done at Bowling Springs, and I'm one of them. But I'm going to leave you with one last question before we finish up here. What was your record that 8th grade year of basketball?
Probably not very good, to be honest. We might have won one, maybe won two. I don't know.
It would have been.
You want me to apologize for cutting you, but that ain't happening.
How much better would you have been with this fine sports writer on your team?
I'm sorry I did that. I know I ruined your childhood, but, I had to do what I had to do.
Oh, no. Coach, I tell you, I've told people this. You were my PE teacher back then, and I miss that school every day, and had a lot of fun times, and had a lot of fun times with you since then. And you're a big part of my childhood and through my adulthood, and I want to say I appreciate everything you've done, and I know there's a lot of other people feel the same way.
Well, I appreciate it. Like I said, it's good. Going back and forth with you, I remember you, and there was another kid, and I always forget his name.
Matthew
Cook. Tiger
Cook.
Fan. Who was that?
Matthew Cook.
Matthew Cook. That's exactly right. Y'all gave me a hard time being a Gamecock fan. Y'all Tiger fans, but really, it's been a blessing. I couldn't ask for a better. Just to be able to coach these kids here at Bowling Springs, I feel like our kids are the best kids in the state, in the nation. Shoot, I have been truly blessed. I still want to win a few more. So hopefully, we can hang in there a few more years.
Well,
I appreciate all you do for Bowling Springs baseball also.
Well, Coach, I appreciate it, and we look forward to talking to you soon.
Sounds good. Take care.
And also, thank you to our sponsor, Wings Etc. of Bowling Springs.
Hey, do you want weekly specials on award-winning wings? Of course you do. And they're here at Wings Etc. Mondays is bone-in and boneless wings, and Thursdays is boneless wings, special pricing, Mondays and Thursdays, Wings Etc. Well, go.
Wings Etc. Always great deals Mondays and Thursdays. Every day of the week, there's always something good there. Great lunch specials. Go check them out. Tell them we sent you. Say you heard it from here to here on the Bowling Springs Sports Journal podcast or the Bowling Springs Sports Journal website. Go check us out. Thank you all again for tuning in, and thank you for our guests this week.